Hey there, welcome to Movement and Mobility, and we're going to talk through hips and squats today. Surprisingly, we use our hips and squat movement more often than you might think. So when you're taking a seat into your office chair, when you're taking a seat onto the sofa, the dining room chair when you come to eat your food, a bench when you're out for a walk, when you go to the loo. So as you can see, it's a little bit more often than you might think. So we're going to make sure that we're doing it right and that we're giving our hips the best possible chance to work in the best possible way. Okay, so we're going to just take a stand. So if you've sat down, take a stand with me and let's get ready. So we're going to position our feet so they are facing forwards, and we're going to just make sure that we've got 3 points of contact. So with the ball of our foot, the side of our foot and our heel. So we've got a nice strong position through both feet. We're then going to organise our torso and make sure that we've got a nice, strong, organised position for when we come to move. Okay, so to do that, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in, we're going to push our feet into the ground, and then we're going to take a brace in here so it all becomes very nice and organised. So let's do that first. So we're going to take that big deep breath in as you breathe out and get organised. Feel that tension creation in our torso up the top here. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. So if we want to, when we take that big deep breath in, you can then externally rotate those arms so they come down to be at your sides, and then we get that brace in here. So then what we're going to do is we're going to give a squeeze to our glutes, and we're going to try and externally rotate our hips. So we're going to, you just see my knees move just a tad, which creates that just good strong position through our feet from the top down, okay, or from the bottom up, whichever way you're going to look at it. So if we do that all in one big sequence, okay, we're not going to hold that completely because otherwise we would not really be able to move very well. It'd be really robotic to try and move and feel a little bit uncomfortable. So we're just going to keep that brace and that strong organisation up the top. Then when we come to squat, you'll kind of see where I'm at with it. Okay, so I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here, and obviously then I'll use the box as well as a good indicator for you, and we're going to use it for some exercises as well. So we're going to get into that nice strong brace position. My feet are nice and strong in the floor, and I'm feeling really good, ready to go, and I sit down. Okay, we come back through, and we're using a whole musculature through our lower body and our legs, but also keeping that nice organised spine up the top. So we come down through there. If I come and face forwards, you can see that everything stays in a nice controlled position. My knees just go out slightly as I come down, and I keep that strong position. So that's what we're aiming for when we do squats. And for when we come to sit down, when you come to sit on your sofa, don't just get halfway and then let yourself drop down. Use that time to control yourself down and feel nice and strong for when you come to other movements that you might do it for, and for points where you know that you then can keep the control. We're going to just use the box here as a nice indicator for that. So if I turn this way, I'm going to get that nice brace position, and then I'm going to come and sit in a nice controlled position. We then reverse that and then come up. I've engaged my core there, and I'll come up to standing. And see, if that's at a point where that's a little bit low, you can do it a little bit higher first so that we can control, and then come back up through, and you'll be able to do that there. Okay, we're going to move on and just do a little bit of stuff to help with those feeling at their optimal. Okay? Okay, so we're just going to do a couple of moves to help with gaining a little bit more mobility, and for those legs to feel like, and those hips to feel like they're working the best they possibly can. Okay, so I'm going to use this box next to me here, but you can use the sofa, and this is called a sofa stretch or couch stretch, as it might be known in America, for getting the front of this hip working. Okay, so we're going to come and face away from the box or your sofa, and bring your feet up against there as we go. Okay, so we're going to be nice and strong, and we're going to I'm going to take up this leg, so I'm just going to bring the other one slightly in front, so you can see that slightly in front there, and then I'm going to bring this other one up onto the box. Okay, So we're there. And we're just going to walk it back up slowly, because what we want to get, there we go, we want to get comfortable. And if it feels uncomfortable, get cushions and get things to kind of, the sofa is a good one to do this on because it's a much softer surface. From there, and then we're going to just ease ourselves up. If we can come all the way up here, this is good. Just slightly awkward there. There we go. And we're going to try and come all the way up here. We're getting a nice deep stretch in here, but I want us always to make sure that we can take a nice big deep breath in. Can we own this position? Can we take a big deep breath and stay facing forwards? Feel that stretch through those hips there. And if we can, let's take a contract and relax, where is what we're going to do here is we're going to contract everything, hold the breath and relax. Okay, now if that feels really okay, from there we're going to bring the other foot up there, and we can either stay there with our hands because that's going to have taken it a little bit deeper, or we can come up, one hand on our knee, or we can come all the way back up into this position here. But take your time as you do that. So you can take your time here, taking big deep breaths, contracting, relaxing. You can then bring it up again into here. This is a little bit deeper. Still keeping that breath. Contract, relax. And we'll just stay all the way up. But let's repeat it on the other side. So take your time. Bring your hands down, bring that knee down and bring that out. And just a brief pause before we repeat on the other side. So we bring our feet back into the same position. I'm going to bring the other knee forward this time as the other one comes up. There, make sure we're comfortable, so if we need that extra cushion or anything like that, you're going to come into there and just shuffle yourself around, and then we'll come up. Ooh, hello. So different sides will feel different. This side feels a lot tighter here for me. But I can still take my big deep breath. So just be aware of that and just go to what each side feels it can do, even if it feels really different. I'm going to contract. Good, okay. I'm going to shuffle this round, bring this little foot up. Come up through there. Ooh, I've done a little bit there. This is good. I can feel this better here. This is good. Again, remember to take your time. Get that position right and feeling good. Good, let's come on out. Bring that knee down and bring it out. And there's just a couple of minutes on either side there of just feeling this front hip flexor section in here through our quads, just getting that a little bit working through there. Okay, and finally we're going to do a elevated pigeon position. So you can do this of any elevated surface. I would recommend either your sofa or bed or a chair which is comfortable to work on. So I'm going to use this box here because it's a nice easy level for me to show you. And I'm going to bring, it's a little bit narrow here, so I will have one foot off or my knee off, but I'll show you the differences as we get into it. So we're going to come up to standing to start with, and I bring one foot across, and obviously you can see straight away there I'm putting my foot off the side. What that does do is take a little bit of pressure out of the leg, so it makes it just a little bit easier to get deeper into where we want to be working. And the higher obviously we bring this up, we'll just work different areas, but we can get down into those lower positions as well. So from this top position here, we're going to just let this back leg come backwards, so we feel a nice stretch coming into those hips. We can bend that back knee if we want to as well. As long as we've got a good support system going on, we're just going to then just move around just a little bit. We can rotate away, over the knee. We can just keep moving, breathing, relaxing in. And I'm going to come round and face you, coming over towards my foot. coming into there. That's it, it's good. And the more we let that foot come back and the more we let that drop down, the deeper it's going to go. But still keeping sure that we're making sure that we're breathing. We can contract and relax in here. Through, that's good. Beautiful. So keep moving, keep it going. And then we're just going to bring that up, let that come up. Bring that foot off and just walk it out gently. So let that just relax a second. And then we'll bring the other foot up. So that's going to come across the opposite direction. So I've got my foot still off on the other side here. So you can see my knee is on there. So we're going to let that come back. Still breathing. Remember, if the sides feel different, work with what you can do and don't over push. And we'll just come over the knee first. Just keep relaxing in. Oh, there we go, a little bit deeper there. See if you can do a contract and relax. Holding the position. Relax a little bit deeper. So we're just letting our body know that it's okay to be in these positions and that we can get into them and be okay. And then we're just going to bring that up again, that back leg, bring that foot off and just walk that out again. And then we're just going to have a little go at that squat. How is that feeling? Can we get that nice organised position? I know you can't see my head. I come down and we feel a whole side better. So we're just taking a couple of minutes there to look at our squat movement, how we use that during the day and how we can make that feel a little bit better with just two key moves in terms of a elevated hip stretch or elevated pigeon, and then a couch stretch, sofa stretch, whatever you want to call it, to help with our anterior quads and hamstrings. So those two really key moves, give those a go and see how you get on, feeling a little bit better from when you've been sitting.